Hey minions, when we last left off, we had just got our water job, Mage's job, and the Walse tower sunk, and still just saved us. So let's go back to Walse Castle and see how the king's doing. We're gonna park our little here and head on into the castle. Let's see what the people out here have to say now that the crystal has been destroyed. We found a wounded soldier from Karnak and brought him back to the palace. He's resting in the guards' barracks. The Karnakian soldier crawled out of a hole in the meteorite to the north. He keeps ranting about stepping into some kind of warp something or other. I can't believe it. The water crystal shattered. And this guy says the same thing about there's treasure in the bottom. The king was mauled by Garula. His Majesty is resting in his quarters. The king was mauled by Garula. His Majesty is resting in his quarters. Okay. Well, let's go see the king in his quarters here. Please, we would appreciate it if you would do as the king asks. Princess Lena, now that you've found your Windrake, perhaps you should return to Tycoon. Everyone must be worried sick. We already did that. King Walse. Princess, you were completely right. King Walse, don't push yourself. You must hurry to Karnak. Their fire crystal is being amplified on machines similar to ours. It seems that a meteorite has fallen outside of Karnak as well. There is no time to lose. Alright, so let's head back to the meteor, but let's there's a few more things we want to do here. Let's go check up on that guard from Karnak who got warped here for some reason. Boink. And he's obviously that guy with a different color helmet. Listen up. Okay, we already know that guy. I was investigating the meteorite that fell near Karnak when I was suddenly warped here. Hey, where is here anyway? Where'd Karnak Castle go? Okay. And there's one more thing I want to do here real quick. I want to just show off what happens if you let these thieves escape. And the first one we'll talk with is this guy over here. Hey, help a brother out. How about you open up this door? Yes. Hot diggity dang. And he just goes all crazy and he knocks himself out. That guy's a nutball. We better leave him in there. Now, Lone Wolf, though. I'm the famed pickpocket Lone Wolf, hero to all miscreants. Now, how about you get me out of here? Yes. Hot diggity dang. He does not run around. He just comes right out. Another cunning jailbreak by Lone Wolf the pickpocket. Guess I owe you one. Toodles! And later on in the game, there'll be some treasure chests that he will loot. But we're not going to let us... I'll show that off later, but for the most part, we're not going to worry about that. So let's go in here and investigate this. And what happens? Oh, no, we get locked in. Oh, no, we're stuck here. I guess this is the game over, minions. No, actually, it's not. All you have to do is just basically wait here for, a few seconds or so. And eventually, the door will open. Come on, door, open up. Woohoo! Phew, just rusty. I was starting to worry we'd be stuck in there for good. And, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to stop, and I'll meet you back at the, Walrus Meteor. So, because like I said, I'm not going to keep this worried, let Lone Wolf out, so catch you back. Alright, minions, I'm back, and, now here we're at the Walrus Meteorite, and I'm just going to step inside here and, see what they're talking about, that it might have been, there's a teleportation here? Let's check out, see what's happening. And hey, what happened to Whiskers? What? Whiskers, did he make it? Did he warp? We won't know until we try. Ooh, she's a brave princess. He just like jumps right in there. Faris is gonna do the same thing too. And now we got Mr. Gallup. This all looks really familiar. And the soldier in that tower knew me. Who am I? Well, you came in a meteorite, so this should kind of look familiar to you. And then we hop in the meteorite and we get teleported across this distance, and we're going to see Tool here. And remember at the beginning of the game they said that a meteorite crashed west of Tool, and hey, that's that meteorite right here. The Karnak meteorite. We couldn't get here with our Windrake because that mountain range that we kind of passed over to the east of the meteorite here, so this is the only way to get over here is to take this ward from this meteorite. And now we're going to head to the northwest, around these mountains, to get to Karnak. Here we have a new enemy, grass turtles. Like all turtles, they are weak to ice. So, whatchamacallit, Lena with her ice rod and boosted up ice spells should deal some good damage to these guys. So, yep. Common theme: reptiles and stuff like turtles and all them. They'll always be weak to ice in the game. So something to keep in mind. And then we got turtle shells there. Those are an item that we use to mix things with our Chemist class that we're going to get much later in the game. That's our Earth Crystal job, minions. Here we have another new enemy, the Wild Knack. They are weak to fire, so Whiskers with his Fire Rod and Enhanced Fire Spell should be able to take these guys out really easy. But the others should be able to do pretty good against them too, because, like I said, weaknesses just make them much easier to take out. As you can see, one thing we can do is you can multi-target enemies with your spells, like on the other games. You just hit the enemy in the furthest column and hit the right or left button respectively, and that'll cause it to target all the enemies. And we just come around here, go down this little hole in the mountains. Run into some more wild necks there. There's only 2 more new enemies in this area, and we find them both right here, the Zoo and the Aegir. Aegirs are those little Venus flytrap looking things. We want to take care of them first, because they have this move called Tentacle that just hit Gallop there. And what that does is it adds the aging status to your characters. And what age does is it turns your hair white, and it means it reduces your stats. So now Gallup's physical attacks and his magic potency will be reduced because his stats have been basically cut in half thanks to the aging spell. So we want to take care of these Aegirs first, because otherwise they're going to age all our characters, and this is going to make this battle go much, much longer. And you'll see why this battle's going to go really, really long, because the Zoo enemy there, yeah, they have a lot of hit points. So yeah, they're gonna be a tough cookie to take down. So, and this might be a good chance for you to use your time magic to cast the haste spell to hasten your characters up so they act a little bit faster, because this can take a lot of spells to take out this Zoo. With 850 hit points, you can go win some good treasure there, elixirs from them, so they heal all your hit points and magic points. You can also use the haste spell on your characters. Might be good if your character like Gallop can use his haste, because what that does is it makes your characters act faster. So it doesn't matter that he's aged, because it doesn't really affect his the fact that he can cast that spell, the potency of the haste spell. So yeah, these guys are going to take a long time to take care of. So these could be potentially a good battle to run from. Eventually we're going to want to run from a lot of battles, because eventually there's a knife called the chicken knife we get much later in the game. It's the best knife in the game. And it gets more powerful the more battles you run from. So eventually you're going to want to build up that knife's power by running from a lot of battles. So this might be a good battle to run from. Because, like I said, it takes a long time to take these zoos out. And experience in this game is they're really stingy with experience. So, yeah. As you see, that was a long battle. Only 150 experience. That's kind of crazy. And we have the village Karnak. But before we go to Karnak, let's check out the castle and that boat down there. See what happens here. No one may enter the castle. That means you. So get lost. And they kick us out of the castle. Maybe the ship will be needed to explore. The fire-powered ship is off limits. And we get kicked out of that ship too. Oh well. Let's go back to the town now. We can't go to the west though because there's a wall blocking us. So we're stuck here. Let's get some magic. But oh no, it's locked. Man, everything is locked up here. Those crackpots in the library of the ancient have been saying we should stop using the crystal. They were so bothersome, the queen built a wall to the west. Obviously now you can't get there. Professor Sid's the guy who made the crystal amplification machines. He's a genius. And since we had a big long walk, we couldn't take travel juice like Marty, Milo, Wibbly, and Fibs, and Augie and Bean and Cosmo. Yeah, we had to walk a lot, so let's take a nap here. Heal ourselves up. We got a lot of stuff that we're gonna end up doing here in this area. And I'll explain that later, minions. And a horde of monsters crawl from that meteorite trying to get to the crystal. Now no one's allowed in the castle. The Library of Ancients is south of here. Professor Sid's supposed to be from there. Now here we got this guy. What's he say? Have you ever heard of a monster called crew dust? Nope. Once it's alone, it'll flash you. Look out! Oh no, it's gonna take off its clothes? That's not nice. No, what it does is cast a flash spell, which blinds all your characters. So we're gonna want to have some eye drops, and we're gonna want to have those glasses that prevent the blind status. Here we have a pub, and that means another piano to play. A werewolf popped out of the meteorite. I wonder if he really is a bad guy. Did you hear? They got Professor Sid locked up in the dungeon of the castle. No, we haven't heard that. Weapons and armor from Jackal are all super strong. I'm an adventurer from Jackal, but the road south to the Library of Ancients is blocked, so I can't get home. These old bones sure do love a fire. I saw this real old guy get caught by the guards. That must be Sid. And there's our piano. We're going to want to play that. Nope, no one up here. There'll be someone up here later. But for now, let's just play the piano. We don't need to play the piano because we ain't going to be able to use the Bard class with our character selection. But, for 100%, you definitely want to play the pianos because it allows you to learn the 5th and the 6th. The 7th and the 8th Bard songs. So. And now let's head on out here and talk with the final people and then go to the weapon shop. This is Karnak, a town made prosperous by the fire crystal. They need to put these fires out. It's a danger. Thanks to the crystal, it's nothing to make weapons and armor. That's why we not only have the best quality goods in Karnak, but the best prices too. Yeah, currently right now, all equipment is 1/4 of its costs. So we want to buy the Thunder Rod. That'll give us 1 elemental rod of each type. Prices are real cheap, so even though this guy says the freeze, we still will have that Thunder Rod, so there they are, Whiskers, huh? There with the monsters. We saw you all crawl from the meteorite. Don't try to deny it. And we get whisked away to jail. And here we are, once again, in jail. And this door is not rusty. But like that other jail that I kind of showed off at the beginning of this episode, we're just going to want to just wait here for a little bit. And eventually something will happen that'll help us get out of this jail. If you're thinking it's the old man to the left, you're right, minions. That's probably... And if you're thinking, that's probably Sid, guess what? You're right again, minions. Way to go. Yep, so this is just... Hurry up and wait, like the army life. That my daddy was a part of. And eventually Sid will use like an explosion to open a door. Oh, horse feathers. Horses don't have feathers. My great escape, and it's another cell. That's the last of my explosives, too. Nuts! And we can only help but laugh at the irony of the situation. Sid doesn't seem to like that, though. Oh, you kid thinks that's funny, do ya? Oh, no. Don't mess with the old man. It doesn't matter. The name's Sid. What? The same Professor Sid who made those terrible machines to amplify the crystals? That's not very nice. Sure he's sorry. Aw, yeah, look at him, he's sad. Aw. Forgive me, that was rude. No, you don't have to apologize. It's the truth after all. I'm to blame for everything. It's been years. One day I found an ancient tome in the Library of the Ancients. That place we can't get to. It said that thousands of years ago, the crystals held much more power than they do now. So I studied the crystals of Tycoon, Walse, and Karnak, and built machines to enhance them. But I was wrong. Increasing their power output only caused them to shatter. Oh, it's all my fault. Aww. But why are you locked up? I was too late to save the crystals in Tycoon and Walse. Figured I could at least save the one here in Karnak. But when I tried to switch off the machine, they threw me in here. So you're in the same boat as us. You're here to protect the crystal? Mm-hmm. We're the Light Warriors. Yep, they asked us to. I'm going to show them a crystal shard. What? A crystal shard? Who are you people? Yeah, like I said, we're the Light Warriors. But not the Light Warriors from Final Fantasy 1 or Final Fantasy 3, which we didn't play yet, but we'll get to it eventually, minions. Mm-hmm. And Light Warriors is a common theme in these games. Uh-oh. Chancellor's letting us out. What happened? What happened? That's what I just asked. You were right all along. The crystal's cracked. What? I turned off the amplifier, but the crystal's power output has only increased. The fire-powered ship. Yes, what about it? Most likely the fire-powered ship is what's leeching power from the crystal. Professor, please. We cannot do this alone. Please help us. Ooh, he's gonna let us out too. I need these kids' help as well. What? They were seen coming out of the meteorite. They were in cahoots with that werewolf. If they can't help, I guess I can't either. Yeah, you tell them, Sid. Alright, Professor. You're willing to help me, right? Absolutely. I'll go ahead to the fire-powered ship. It's not exactly a safe place to be. You get ready to meet me there. I'll be waiting. Alrighty. And he is off with the Chancellor. And now we're going to be off too. Now there's a lot of fires here, and the problem with these fires is they block off a lot of areas and treasure. So for instance, in the cell here over to the left, you notice there's a treasure chest there, but there's a fire in front of it. So we can't get that treasure. We'll get it much later in the game, which is... but we'll talk about that later. The crystal chamber is deep beneath the castle. We figured out how to use the power of the fire crystal to drive our engines. The fire-powered ship can sail even when there's no wind. Hey, that's pretty neat. The crystal chamber is deep beneath the castle. You can't get near the crystal. There's flames blocking the way. Yeah, you need to put these fires out. It's probably dangerous. We tried turning the other machine off before the crystal cracked, but these fires are there to block us from getting treasure, and, yeah, and they'll disappear in a later event, but we'll get that much later. But one thing that we want to do, before that event is, we're going to want to level grind, because, we're severely limited in our job, things, so... Rumor has it the crystals in Tycoon and Walse shattered. Yeah, they did. We were there. Especially for the water crystal. We saw it shatter. The crystal cracked and there's a werewolf on the loose. Gee. There's somebody in bed over here. Captain, hang in there. A black shadow it. Uh-oh. And the King of Tycoon had some weird shadow around him, but it was like purple. Uh-oh. And once again, a lot of places sealed off. The werewolf's after the crystal. There's no two ways about it. It's strange, but the werewolf hasn't tried to attack the town at all. That werewolf that came from the meteorite to the east is trying to get the crystal. Karnak has prospered because of the crystal. Is this the end? Were we too reliant on the crystal? The queen is missing. Uh-oh. Where did she go? Professor Sid is waiting at the firepower ship. Oh, where could the queen have gone at a time like this? I don't know. We'll find her. So we're going to have to head to the powered ship, but before we do that, we're going to want to do a lot of level grinding. Not necessarily for the powered ship, but for the event afterwards. Uh-oh, the werewolf's here. Poof. Don't let it in. Wow, they're just being mean just because it's a werewolf. It might be a nice werewolf. I mean, that one guy in the pub thought that, maybe. We scared him off using some of Professor Sid's explosives, but he'll be back. You can count on it. Worry not, we won't allow any monster to take even one step within the castle. The castle walls. And now we're going to have to go to the fire ship. But like I said, we're going to do some level grinding. But let's talk with everybody here on the fire ship first, before we do our grinding. It took you long enough? What do you mean? We just walked right here. Just as I suspected, the ship's engine is just drawing the crystal's power. And basically we have to shut it off. But there's monsters down there, so uh-oh. Never easy. You can get inside from here, but it'll be tough. Going on in, there's monsters. Yeah, let's step out, because there's a few people here that we want to talk about. Like I said, we want to do some level grinding here, so. If you don't do it quickly, the crystal is done for. Yeah, let's talk with these people. There's some more soldiers down here. Stop the engine! There are elevators inside the firepower ship. Use them by pressing the red switches. There are monsters inside the ship. Uh-oh. Well, we're going to do some level grind on the monsters outside the ship, not inside the ship. And I'll meet you up there next time, minions. So take care, have a good one. Bye!